Yes, we are still climbing. I can't talk anymore. All right, so I'm not gonna lie, we're cutting this really close. It's about 2 hours until sunset, which I don't mind cutting things close, but I just got done filming a video in Bend because I kind of gave up on today because the sky was not looking at all good. But now it is looking pretty darn promising, and I made the call to do this. So we're not going to waste time. We're going to get this done. We're going up to what's called Misery Ridge. It's called Misery for a reason. I'm not going to do much talking along the way, otherwise my lungs will explode. So, and I'm not going to jinx it. I'm not going to say another word about the weather at all. So, let's do this. You know, I usually don't like to rush things. I like to be set up, you know, a couple hours before, you know, and be able to have time to reflect and ponder the event of what's to come. So, and sorry for the camera shake, I'm trying to hurry on my way up here, but just so you can see that I'm headed way up there to the very top of that canyon. Let's do this. Yes, we are still climbing. I can't talk anymore. This is the worst part. It's called a lung breaker. It's just straight up and then right up there. Fortunately, it's right there on that ridge, but trust me, it is horrible. While I'm stopped, I'm going to take this opportunity while I catch my breath. I'm going to tell you that I don't recommend this hike for anyone who has lung problems, anyone who has shortness of breath. This is a very, very difficult hike. It's not long, but it's very, very difficult. It's uphill the entire way, but you will see what our reward is very, very soon. So my recommendation is don't cut it close like me. Allow plenty of time to walk slowly, enjoy the view, lots of water, and have a good time. Smith Rock, man. Let's do this. right up there. That's where we're headed, right there. Waiting for just what's over that ridge? You waiting for it? I know you are. So the thing about Misery Ridge is you really can't go wrong anywhere up here. I mean, the view is just, you know, I've lived in Central Oregon for over 6 years now, and the view up here just gets you every single time. It's just, it takes your breath away, literally. But I'm gonna tell you where I go for my spot. And you can see back there, about right where my finger is the main trail for Misery Ridge. And you leave that trail and you're gonna come across a trail with 2 trees. It's leading right off down in the distance. And you take that straight through the trees. And you know you're on the right trail when you see 2 little trees sticking up. And here's the trail leading down. You can see how phenomenal that is. You can kind of see nature's pathway kind of running right to the rock there. And look at that view, man. It just gets you every time. Let's do it. Sweet Misery. So here's the view that I came over to check out. But do you guys see the elephant in the room? That pinnacle right on the left there. And he's definitely a photo bomber, isn't he? I mean, he kind of adds to the scene, but I think he's a little distracting. But I mean, you could see the view, man. I mean, look at that beautiful, I mean, look at that river. Just, that horseshoe bend just gets me every time. And the sky looks, it's gonna be pretty darn good. So I'm gonna do a couple shots here, and I'm gonna head a little bit further uphill to get that pinnacle. Maybe if I go higher up, I can get him kind of out of the frame a little bit. I'm gonna take a moment here and admire this silence we have. Sorry for the wind. Ladies and gentlemen, I will say that this is going to be a little tricky and a little scary. So if you've ever seen a grown man wet his pants, you may just hear it. But I believe it's the only way to get above that pinnacle that was way down there. I mean, look at that view. Absolutely unbelievable. So I'm making an executive decision here. I tried going up that rock and I nearly lost this guy on the way. So I know when to stop, I know when to quit. Kids do not try that at home. So I know when to call it quit. I don't have much time left for sunset, so I'm not gonna risk my life and limb to go on that rock. It's just too dangerous. I don't think I'm gonna get that higher of a view anyway. So what I'm gonna do is go back to a spot that I know very well and that I've done in the wintertime. This shot right here. And I'm gonna see if I can wrap up this sunset, man, at Oregon's Seventh Wonder. It looks like we're barely gonna make it. Thank you, birds, for giving me grace. Look at that view. That's why you be careful with your gear. So I don't have a lot of time. You can see the sun going away right now, but here's where it gets tricky as a photographer. I don't have a lot of time to think about what I'm doing, but I do see one thing that I love that my eyes keep going to, and it's those pink bands in the sky. Those pink bands, and then I love how they just kind of converge at an angle onto bivouac. And notice my composition here. It's going against the rules. I'm centering the thing. A lot of people say never ever center your main subject. Wrong, no. I've learned that there are no rules to composition. Do what feels right, do what feels like it's you. And I think for this image, having bivouac right in the middle of the frame is gonna work. And I've got the foreground that's just gonna kind of follow right the path right where bivouac is. And of course I've got the pink tones, the pink clouds that's just converging right on bivouac. And I think this is gonna be a badass picture, worth every sweaty, miserable, gut busting, leg burning, lung burning piece of everything I had to get up here. Sweet misery, we made it. I mean, this has been a phenomenal day. Kicked my ass, but a phenomenal day. A view like this is just, there are no words. Ask any Central Oregonian, there are no words to describe Misery Ridge. If you've always wanted to know about Misery Ridge, you've never been to Misery Ridge, welcome to Misery Ridge. I'm glad I could bring this to you guys. I'm gonna leave you with this awesome view here because I've now comes the hard part. I've got to get out of here, walk all the way down this thing in the dark. Life as a shooter, right? Life as a shooter. First world problems. And here are all the photos taken on this trip. We will see you, cool cats.